All right, so this is going to be the engine bay portion here. We always start off by checking a few things here. Fluids all looked really good, nice and clean. These are easy to check. Coolant right there in front of you. This does have a factory battery, AGM. Couldn't find a date on it, but it looks newer. We don't have any corrosion present or anything like that. Wash fluid, nice full, functions. A little bit of chew up there, but there's no nests or any kind of rodents, so maybe they cleaned it up or it was found early. On these 5 liters, we always check on these sides. Just make sure we don't have any weeping on the valve covers. Looked pretty dry to me. You can see like a little bit of residue down kind of below that dipstick though, so it's hard to say if that was maybe just from service or not. Belts all looked really, really good. Hoses as well. Filter looks like they replaced brand new. On the brakes, looking over the car, it looks like they were all just recently done. It looks like the fluid was serviced at the same time. This engine bay for me is going to give a good pass. One thing I noted while I did have the hood pop, this fender is not a Ford product. It's been replaced and repainted, and it looks like the door might have been as well, kind of like blended. That is just from our engine bay here. Overall, not too bad. All right, this is our 2018 Ford F-150. This is going to be the exterior portion, just kind of highlight a few things here. Overall, it's a good paint job. Looks black, but it actually has like this bronze kind of flake to it. Looks really good once the sun hits it. Sun's kind of coming out for me here. Let's see if I can kind of capture it. See that there. Lighting on the vehicle all look really good. The body gaps here are really nice. Kind of see nice uniform straight lines all the way across. Good on the doors here. One thing I always like to highlight on trucks is this bed gap. Make sure it's even both ways, nice straight. Sometimes you'll see one side it's closer or a little bit of kitty wampus there. On these wheels, factory wheels, aftermarket tires, more aggressive tires, we do have some scratching, some scuffing on the wheels. Overall, some scratches and dings on the truck. It looks like they were just using it for typical truck stuff. A little ding here on the bumper. We did notice this step function on these Fords. This part is missing, and this latch is actually broke. I can't get that to function without the mechanism. The tailgate opens and closes perfectly. Has a backup camera. Lighting is all good. I did note this one here. You see some cracking. Looks like there's some possible moisture buildup on that. Not too bad though. Doors and everything checked out. This one I believe looks like it's been blended to count for the passenger or this driver fender that has been replaced, but the gapping here still looks really, really nice. I don't see any oddity on that. Door opens and closes great. The only thing I did note while I was in here, you could see tape lines in here on the inside edge, which means they did a pretty good job on making sure to go through and touch everything up overall, but looks really good. All right, this is going to be for the undercarriage. We have a nice mirror that kind of gets us a good angle on everything. Like to get in. These have a nice skid plate that covers a lot of the front components here. A little bit of surface rust, but nothing that really concerns me with our area. All the crash support and everything looks really good. Control arms look nice. Frame doesn't look too bad. It's got all its skid plates and everything still up, tucked, tight, and secure. We're gonna move on to the corner. All right, we'll roll into the corner here. These do have like a one-time use drain plug, so you can see that little yellow guy in there. So they're plastic, but all of this is actually nice, dry. Cats you can see are there and untampered with. All the heat shielding's there. On the suspension and everything looks good. I didn't see any kind of oddities in there or any kind of wetness. I'm gonna move on to the back. All right, on the back, I always try to catch our leaf spring perches. Make sure those don't look like they're rusted out or the straps are going bad here. All looks pretty good. Do have a nice skid plate on there. You can see the drive line with a one piece or with like a flex joint. And then solid axle rear diff, nice dry pinion, that's what we like. And then I'm gonna go from the straight back. All right, as you can see, we do have a spare. I don't know if that's ever been out of there. She's got some good rust on that inside bowl. I don't know about the tire either, some good cracking going on here. So frame looks nice, straight. Does have factory exhaust. Doesn't look rusted out or anything. Like I said, this diff looks nice and dry. It's good. As you can see all the way there, straight. Doesn't look like there's been any impacts or anything like that on those skid plates. This is gonna get in on that muffler. As you can see, like I said, factory muffler. Pretty good shape still. Drive line, you get a real good view there. Looks good, clean. All right, let's move up to this last corner. All right, this is gonna be our final corner on the undercarriage here. You can see the other side of the trans. Now, I believe on these, up in here, between the exhaust and that heat shield is where you check the trans on these. Probably recommend a shop, or if you have a lift, just check it out. Everything on that corner looks really nice, dry. We do have a little bit of shine on the sway bars. I believe that's just from the wider tire. I didn't have any binding, especially with the four-wheel drive. Everything was working great underneath, so that's good. Overall, this is a good undercarriage here. Not many rust spots. Heat shields aren't rattling. And all these pans look nice without any kind of damage, so good underspection. All right, this is the interior portion on the 2018 Ford F-150. You can see here you do have some good steering wheel controls, phone connectivity. Going up here, your cluster. Currently just have the e-brake set for the test. Light does go away. And you can see mileage on there, 91,000, no other lights. Oil pressure, temperatures are all good. We did get up to good speed without any problems there. The navigation does track well. I did use it just kind of go around the area. I didn't go any far. This does have auto start stop that you can disable. This vehicle does have a rear differential lock, which I thought was cool. You can stay in two-wheel drive for that. This has the trailer knob, so I believe these are just to kind of help trick your brain to turn the wheels the way you want to go for the trailer looking in through your backup camera. Trailer brakes built in. Climate control works really good, and these AC seats are fantastic. It's quite warm today. On the shifter here, it does have a manual shift option, which also works as well. On the other side, there's no button there. I believe the tow haul function is just built into this lower part. Over here, does have pedal adjustments, auto lights, mirrors. They do fold in, all of the functions working there. This does have quite a large sunroof. I did note that they have a good sized crack on the back portion of the glass there. Two separate pieces of glass. This does have a functioning rear slider window, works quite well. Seats in the back look really nice. Don't look like they were used very much. Same with this passenger here, looking really good. We're gonna blow this open. All right, still on that passenger side, but from the out here, we do have power seats both sides. These do have these rubber mats. The carpets actually look really good on this for black. We didn't see any tears or anything. Doors look really well. All functions good. Back here, this does have some weather techs. I believe those are for the fronts. Rear seats look pretty much brand new. I don't think they're used much. These fold up. This car has an inverter for a sub that's tucked in way back there. These do lock in place. You just pull that, it folds right back down. Continuing on from the driver's side, always like to look at the seat backs as well. They look great. They're not loose. Nice, good retraction on there still. Door card's looking good. On this one, I did want to make note we have some wear on the handle there. Obviously, people use it to get in and out. A little bit of wear on the step here as well. Most likely pant legs. This doesn't have side steps or anything, so they're probably just sliding up and down there. Pedals and everything look great. Like I said, power seats both sides and no functionality issues. Interior, I would say, checks out great. All right, this is going to be the trunk or truck bed on this guy. There's a button in here. It's not actually a handle. This has a damper, so it comes down slow. Has a nice liner to it. I did note that this piece is missing. The latch is broken here, so I can't actually pull it all out. It seems like it's all there. I just don't know what is all part of that latch assembly that needs to be replaced. We do have good cargo. There is lighting in this bed. Looks just like a factory install or equipment. No damage, no scrapes. Does have a vent in there, so I don't know if there was a canopy at one point. It doesn't really seem like it. There's not really evidence on the trims or anything like that. Closes well, has a backup camera. This does lock, I believe, as well. And then this is actually a little light, kind of lights up your area back here. And hitch is frame mounted, not bumper mounted. That is our trunk inspection. Alright, in this portion of the video, we always like to make sure our VIN down here matches with the vehicle we're looking at. We also have no codes present on the scan after our drive. That's always a plus and what we want to see. Next portion is going to be our monitors. So as you drive your vehicle, it does a series of system checks. Typically, as you're going, it's just making sure all your values are in spec or within a certain parameter of normal operation. Looks like everything checked back really good. The circles here, those are just going to be items that are like not supported or listed on the modules, which is normal. All checks out good here. All right, conclusion of the 2018 Ford F-150. Highlights that I wanted to make. We found that this fender has been replaced. The fender and door were blended and repainted. Body lines and gaps all look really great on there though. I didn't see any issues on that. We did find this taillight had some damage to it. Moisture inside. And then the cracking in the sunroof here. Second piece of glass. There's two different pieces on this model. But that was the only things that stood out for me. This truck does have a slight pull to the left, so I don't know if that's in conjunction with the damage that might have been done on that side. It does have some good all-terrain tires, a little bit of road noise, about 40 and up. Doesn't seem to like get excessively louder as the speed goes up. It's just there. This does have a very nice color to it. It's a dark black, it seems, but once you get direct sun, it's like this brown, like metallic to it. It's very cool. Did note on this mirror we have some good scratches on the back side, but side-to-side functionality is just kind of there. I couldn't get it to move with the power, but it goes up and down. The fold works as well, so it could just be the motor or the gear in there. Hopefully that could be a simple fix. Going around the front here, this does check out really nicely. No issues. All the lights work great on the truck. Does have good power. It got up to speed really well. Shifts are nice and crisp. Manual option for the shift. Four-wheel drive works. For low works really well. This truck does have a rear differential locker, also works. To turn that off, you just push a button in and click out. It's very easy operation. Kind of disables itself if you get over too high of a speed. This truck is equipped with a good package, I would say. Has navigation, air conditioning, and heated leather seats. Power both sides. All glass operation works great. The truck had a good inspection. That is going to conclude our pre-inspection video.